what's going on, my fellow vault dwellers, raiders, and or people of the Wasteland? My name is Andre and welcome to this video. Today I have a Fallout inspired video for you guys, and we're actually going to be reviewing Fallout coffee and Nuka-Cola Orange towards the end of this video. Now, the Nuka-Cola Orange is an unofficial version of Nuka-Cola, and it's actually my recipe, my way of making it. So I want your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you guys are going to try it out, what you guys think of it. Now, this is not a kind of like official recipe where you mix different syrups and stuff to create kind of like the flavor profile of the drink. This is definitely going to be more of an actual orange flavored drink, but it's also not Fanta orange, or it's not orange juice with vitamins or vitamin C. It's an actual drink, a mix of different drinks that I think you guys are going to really enjoy and kind of have a similar kind of like health effects or health benefits that it provides you in game to real life benefits. So with that being said, guys, today's video is going to be my longest video by far. Timestamps will definitely be available for you guys to navigate throughout the video if you guys choose to do so. But I would honestly highly appreciate it if you guys watch the entire video and let me know your thoughts and comments and opinions in the comment section below of the different coffee flavors, of my ratings, reviews. If you guys have tried it, what do you guys think of it? What flavor do you guys prefer out of the 3 different flavors that we have today in today's video? Or if you guys tried my version of Nuka-Cola Orange, how you guys liked it, and if you guys believe that it's better than the official recipe, or if you guys think it's better than just normal Fanta with vitamin C or something like that, which is something that I've seen in many videos of people trying to make Nuka-Cola Orange. So with that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please smash that like button down below. Comment, like I said, your thoughts and opinions on the different coffee flavors. Which one do you guys like the most? How do you guys prefer it, hot or as a cold brew? What do you guys think of the brand new Fallout series that will be coming out on Amazon? Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts and opinions on it? Which Fallout games do you guys like the most? My favorite is Fallout 76. I played Fallout 3 for a little bit when I was younger. I didn't really like it that much, and I know a lot of you guys are going to probably be shocked, but that's the honest truth in my personal opinion. But I truly love Fallout 76 and the whole kind of like Fallout lore behind it. I am a little bit new. I do just want to give that disclaimer to it. I am a little bit much of a newer fan to the Fallout series and kind of like Fallout lore and everything, so I don't know everything that it has to do about Fallout. But if you guys definitely know a lot about Fallout and everything, I would highly appreciate it if you comment below, kind of correct me on stuff or add information that I might have missed and stuff like that throughout the video, just so we can get a better understanding as a community, as you know, as people watching this video, and you know, trying out the flavors and everything. But with that being said, guys, today's video consists of 2 different companies. One, I'm not an affiliate nor a sponsor. This video is also not sponsored or anything. I'm just making this video because, like I said, I love Fallout. I saw Fallout flavored coffee. The Fallout series is coming out. And I also wanted to review Nuka-Cola Orange, so I was like, why not just make an entire Fallout inspired video and do everything all at once? And that's why I'm making this video. So this video is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid for this video, and I'm also not sponsored nor an affiliate of the Bones Coffee Company. But I do have a referral link, and I think it's a win-win situation because I believe you get $10 off if you use it, and I get points for coupons or discount codes for future coffees or future coffee flavors that I decide to order. So you guys help me out, and I help you guys out. I think it's a win-win. It's not sponsored, not an affiliate, but it's just a referral link that will be available in the description below if you guys want to check it out. The second company that we're going to be reviewing in this video is going to be Rogue Energy. Now, I have I think 2 videos on Rogue Energy. I reviewed Rogue Chill, which is a energy. No, it's not an energy. Sorry, it's a chill formula that helps relax, release stress, release anxiety from your body, which I personally really do honestly like. And I've also reviewed Rogue Energy hydration line Fruit Punch, which is a hydration drink that tastes like fruit punch, which is amazing. But basically in this video we're going to be mixing hydration with energy to provide real life benefits that will help you in real life, where it's similar to benefits in game, and that's how we're going to be creating this Nuka-Cola Orange drink later on in the video. But Rogue Energy, I am an affiliate of, so I will provide you guys with the 10% coupon code or the 10% discount code in the description below, as well as a link. I believe if you click the link, the code will automatically be applied at checkout. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. But with that being said, guys, just like I said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, smash a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment down below, and let's get on with the first topic of the video. So before we actually review it, I want to talk about what is Fallout. Like I said, I am a newer fan to the Fallout series, Fallout lore, so this is definitely where you guys are probably going to have to come in and kind of like correct me if I say anything incorrectly, or just continue on explaining if you guys would like to about the Fallout lore so people can most likely understand. But a lot of my understanding is going to be coming from the from 76, the game Fallout 76, and Fallout is basically, I believe, a post-apocalyptic RPG game, which is set in, I believe it's a couple, so there's different Fallout games from my understanding, and every Fallout game is set in different time periods after the bombs dropped. And the bombs, I mean, you know, atomic bombs, nuclear bombs. That is what the kind of like the series is about. You know, Fallout, it's a nuclear war game that is set after the nuclear war. Like I said, every different game has different kind of like time periods, different lore, different stories about it. But Fallout 76, I believe, is set a couple of years after the bomb drops. So the bombs or the war just recently had happened, and we're kind of like Vault 76. So Fallout 76, you come from Vault 76, and Vault 76 kind of has like the brightest, the most intelligent people to help rebuild America after the bombs, after the war has finished. And you're set on a mission to rebuild America, take over the nuclear silos that are, I guess, were activated. You kind of have to take over them and, you know, secure everything and rebuild America. But what Vault-Tec wasn't counting on is with, you know, the resilient people that managed to survive the bombs without being in a vault. So in a vault, obviously they provided you with food, you know, a safe place to be. You didn't get affected by radiation, nothing like that. But the people outside of the vault, a lot of them survived. And there's different factions that these people created. For example, the Raiders. Obviously the Raiders, they loot, they kill, and they kind of are kind of like this like strong group of kind of like really, I guess in a way, bad people. But there is a certain part of the Raider groups that live at Crater, I believe, that don't kill, that don't really steal in a way, kind of like, you know, jumping people in a way to like steal their stuff. I believe they don't really do that. They just take loot from places that are abandoned, and it kind of created a community with them within themselves to kind of like, you know, they still go out and hunt and do stuff like that, but they're a lot nicer than like the crazy raiders that actually kill, loot, and are just savage people of the Wasteland. There's also the Brotherhood of Steel, which there is a Fallout flavor that's inspired, which we will be taking a look at in just a second, from the Brotherhood of Steel. And the Brotherhood of Steel, I believe, if I may get this incorrect, I'm not too sure, I believe there were either already soldiers that were fighting during the war, or they were kind of like first responders or people that wanted to join kind of like this strong group because they have power armor and stuff, jetpacks, you know, things like that helped them out in the war. But once the bombs dropped and everything happened, they kind of grouped together, and I guess in a way they thought they were doing everything for the better of humanity, but they also kind of did some really bad stuff. Like, for example, there's this girl, I forgot her name in the game. She's currently, I guess in a way, she was rescued by the Brotherhood of Steel, but in reality the Brotherhood of Steel kind of killed their parents and took them without their consent. And the Brotherhood says it's, you know, for the better of humanity, while the girl resents them. And at some point throughout the game, spoiler alert by the way, I guess, if you guys haven't played the game, throughout the game she kind of runs away and joins the Raiders, and you kind of have to go retreat her if you're part of the Brotherhood of Steel, and you kind of just learn what happens to them and their brother and everything, and it's just, you know, kind of a crazy story. So I guess in a way they're like good people, but also bad people considering or how you guys view them or how the story plays out for you to view them. But like I said, different factions: Raider, the Brotherhood of Steel. There's also Compost. Is that what it's called? I actually forgot. They have like a blue flag. I forgot what they actually do. Yeah, I don't really remember what it is, but it's kind of like they've set up a faction where they provide you with safe travels, different routes along the Wasteland. It's kind of like an after-war taxi service that they provide you, and it's just, you know, it's a pretty cool place. But, you know, like I said, there's different factions. People survived the war, survived the bombs drop, and the Vault-Tec people weren't really, you know, planning with that. So it becomes a lot harder for you to rebuild America, because now you're dealing with different people that have survived the actual Wasteland, have survived the dangers of it. So they're actually, you know, kind of like street savvy or street or Wasteland savvy of what's going on, where you're freshly coming out of a vault where you've been hidden for many years, and, you know, it's a lot harder to do what you're set out to do. And there's different vaults throughout the Wasteland. A lot of them were used to experiment on people or animals, which is kind of crazy. And there's different stories behind each vault, which is just insane. I'm kind of explaining what 76 is, but that's kind of my idea of Fallout. It's a post-apocalyptic game where there was a war, I believe, with the Chinese Communist government, because in Fallout 76 there's actually an underground base for the Chinese communist soldiers or whatever, which is insane. Which were like, they were like spying and stuff, and the wars drop, and there were multiple nuclear bombs that dropped throughout the United States, and each Fallout game is in a different city, in a different area, and in a different time period, and it's just crazy. So anything I missed or anything, you know, more general Fallout lore, please comment down below. But that's kind of my understanding of what Fallout is in general. It's you know, a post-apocalyptic RPG game where you kind of have to kind of like go out and, depending on what your vault is, you know, do different tasks, different you know, stories to complete what you have to do. And at least from the trailer, what I've seen, I feel like the new Fallout series is kind of revolving around the 76 story. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, or if it's just its own story on its own, but it definitely reminded me a lot of 76 when I was watching the trailer. So with that being said, guys, just I guess the final things: what is Bones Coffee and what is Rogue Energy? I kind of already explained it a little bit, but just to go a little bit more into depth, the Bones Coffee Company is obviously a coffee company based in Cape Coral, Florida, and their specialty is flavored coffee. If you guys are on this channel, you guys will, if you guys have seen my other videos, I have reviewed a bunch of different flavors from the Bones Coffee Company, like glazed jelly donut, mint chocolate chip ice cream. The current one that I'm currently working on, and will try to upload before this video is out, so by the time this video is out, that video will probably be out, which is White Rabbit, which is a white chocolate kind of like Easter springtime flavor, which I actually really like, which I have ordered 2 new bags because I like it so much. Just, you know, spoiler on that, if you guys want to check out that video, you know, it's going to be on my channel and in the Bones Coffee playlist as well as any other video that you guys want to check out on the Bones Coffee Company. But anyways, that is what the Bones Coffee Company is. It's a coffee company that specializes in flavored coffee, but they also have single origin coffee, my favorite being Sumatra, and they also have like bourbon barrel aged coffee, and they have cans, cold brew cans and everything available in Walmart, which is just a recent thing that they've done. And this is also, I think, available in public stores. I'm not sure if I'm saying that incorrectly, but you know, it's a pretty big, you know, coffee company, and I do enjoy a lot of their flavors. Rogue Energy is a gaming energy drink company very similar to other brands like, or bigger companies, as for example G Fuel or Gamer Supplements, but I do prefer Rogue Energy. I have been drinking their flavors for well over a year now, and it's my favorite. I love their hydration, their energy. All their flavors are silky smooth. They don't clump up in powders like a lot of other energy drink companies do, and they also provide you with some really nice health benefits. It's actually much healthier. They have a lot of B vitamins, they have a lot of amino acids and stuff that help your brain function, to help increase productivity throughout your day, and that is what we're going to be doing Nuka Cola Orange with. So I will get more into details with that once we get into that. But it's going to be an energy hydration mix that provides you real life health benefits in real life, like it does in game. And I'm also going to be trying to add a little bit of carbonation to it to make it more like an actual soda drink. But we're going to see how that actually happens once I get my machine, because my soda stream doesn't come until Wednesday and it's currently Monday. So this video is going to be a couple of days long for me. It's obviously going to be one video for you guys, but I just wanted to point that out so you guys know. I will try to dress the same for the remainder of the couple of days of the video, just for the video, just so you guys, you know, it's not all over the place. But with that being said, guys, that is today's video. Fallout inspired coffee. That is my take on Fallout in general, Fallout 76 and the series. That is what the Bones Coffee Company is, and Rogue Energy. And I guess all I can really say, like I said, smash that like if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment your thoughts and opinions on this video in the comment section below. And I think first things first, I'm going to go ahead and review is the design for these packages. So let's go through all three flavors and talk about the flavors, read the description of the flavors, check out the design. I'm going to be rating the feel of the package as well, which is something I've never done for any of the other flavors, because this feels different than all the rest of the other flavors. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the actual review, where we're going to be trying out all three flavors in a different. We're going to be trying them as a hot brew and as a cold brew. Black, no cream, no sugar, with cream and with sugar towards kind of like the end of those reviews. But with that being said, first flavor we're going to be checking out, and this is the flavor that I've been holding on my hand this whole entire time, is Atomic Apple. Now, I believe this is Lucy, one of the main characters from the Fallout series that will be releasing April 11th from Amazon. And this is by far my favorite design because it incorporates everything that kind of Fallout is in one package. It has the Vault-Tec colors as well, and also just a quick little kind of thing that I noticed, a quick little I forgot the word for it, but just pay attention if you guys are able to see it. Kind of like Easter egg. It's not really an Easter egg, I don't know, but the cups are different colors in each packet. This one is yellow, and the next one we're going to check out, it's blue, and it's just kind of like a little feature they threw in there that I kind of really like. But anyways, like I was saying, Vault-Tec 33 has the Vault-Tec sign right up here. Let me see if I can get it to focus on for you guys. Lucy is right in the middle. The Wasteland is in the back, looking really ominous, really kind of cool. And then obviously we're kind of like in a Vault-Tec environment, so it provides everything that Fallout is in one package, and it just looks really, really nice. The size of the package has the Vault-Tec logo, as you guys can see right there, and the Fallout or the Vault-Tec 33 Vault Dweller. And the back is kind of like the gear for the Vault-Tec Vault thingy. And the description of the coffee, which I will be reading for you guys. So I just want to point out, this is whole bean coffee. This is a 12-ounce bag, and this is a medium roast. So Atomic Apple is an apple pie flavored coffee. And by the way, this smells incredible. If you push here, you can actually get a little bit of a whiff of the smell, and this smells really nice. It actually does smell like apple, which is incredible. I can't wait to try this flavor. This is the flavor I'm most excited for. The second flavor is the second flavor I'm excited for all the flavors, in all honesty. But the description of Atomic Apple. Atomic Apple. Before you open that vault door and journey into the unknown wasteland, grab a cup of Atomic Apple and perk up for the adventure to come. The delicious apple pie flavor in this brew is the perfect reminder of home. One that you'll be sure to remember as you unravel the many mysteries of this new world. Now get out there and start exploring. Atomic Apple with Lucy, I believe that's the main character's name. Apple pie flavored coffee. Just like home. Is it going to taste as good? We're going to find out in today's video. The second flavor we're going to be trying out, which I am super excited for, is Wasteland Crunch. Now this is the ghoul. This is another character from the Fallout series, and also it's in the games as well, you know, feral ghouls or ghouls in general. This is actually a really nice design as well. It's, you know, obviously the ghoul, he's dressed like a cowboy in the Wasteland, like with the Wasteland background. And there's also a Vault-Tec barrel here at the bottom, which I'm not really too sure what it is, but it looks really nice. And as I mentioned, the Bones logo actually has a blue mug in this design, which is really cool. It changes. It's not all just, you know, one mug color. It's different colors for each bag. And it also has the Vault-Tec colors as well, blue and yellow. Again, whole bean, medium roast, 12-ounce bag. And the smell for this one, it smells really nice. It kind of reminds me of like the Rice Krispie type of smell. With that being said, Wasteland Crunch, the description of the coffee. Feeling a little feral? Don't worry. Wasteland Crunch coffee is just what you need to keep your sanity intact. This post-apocalyptic concoction tastes just like an old world chocolate candy bar. That's interesting. Unlike those vials our bounty hunting friend, the ghoul, is drinking all the time, those probably taste like a Yao-Gai smells. Now, I always have trouble saying that word. I do apologize, but it's kind of like that mutated bear that's in the Fallout series. Yao-Gai, I'm not too sure how it smells. So, I can't wait to try this. It's supposed to taste like an old world chocolate candy bar, which I'm kind of interested in seeing how it tastes. But just my personal perspective on how chocolate flavored coffees have been from this company, a lot of them don't really taste like much, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm really excited because it does smell really nice, and I'm interested to see how that old world chocolate flavor comes out through coffee. But with that being said, guys, I can't wait to try this out. I really do hope it tastes really nice, and I'm really excited for this flavor as well. And last but not least, we have Valliant Vanilla. This is a Brotherhood of Steel inspired coffee. As you guys can see, we have the Brotherhood flag up here, the Wasteland in the background, and the Brotherhood power armor right in front. The side is another Brotherhood member just standing there in the Wasteland. And Valliant Vanilla, by the way, this smells so good. It kind of smells like Rice Krispies, but it also smells like like a vanilla wafer. And that is the flavor. It's a vanilla wafer flavored coffee. So Valliant's Vanilla is a vanilla wafer flavored coffee. Now, I do want to, it's just a little bit weird. I'm not too sure why this is the case. It's kind of stuck. I'm not sure if this is how it was packaged or because it's one of the first few bags, but it does feel like a Rice Krispie bar when you like press it. That's how it feels. I'm not too sure if it's because, like I said, the way it was packaged or what it is, but it does feel a little weird. The other bags don't feel like this. This one is like stuck together, and I'm not too sure why. But I'm excited. I'm excited to really try this flavor. I think this is definitely the one that smells the strongest out of all the flavors, the one that smells the best. Atomic Apple smells the second best, and third but not least, as a good smelling flavor, is Wasteland Crunch. But basically, to read you guys the description of Valliant Vanilla. Suit up and grab a cup of Valliant Vanilla, because those feral ghouls and mutants aren't going to destroy themselves. Steel, you know, steel like S-T-E-E-L, but steal your mind and body with this delicious brew infused with delightful vanilla waffle flavor. Ad Victoriam. So, with that being said, guys, Brotherhood of Steel flavored coffee, Lucy, the main character, and the ghoul flavored coffee, or not ghoul flavored coffee, but the ghoul inspired coffee. Those are going to be the 3 flavors that we're going to be trying in this video. So, rating, I'm going to give them all a 10 out of 10 design wise. My favorite definitely has to be Atomic Apple in the design. It's like I said, it just has everything that Fallout is in one package, and I really like it. Smell wise, 10 out of 10. They all smell incredible. So smell wise, design wise, and feel wise, I'm giving all the packages a 10 out of 10. And what I meant by the feel is just it feels really soft. I felt the other bags because I was like, this feels different than the rest of the bags, and they do. The other bags are a little bit, they are soft, but they're smooth. This does have kind of like a, I guess you could say like a matte feel to it. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but it feels different and it feels really nice on the hand. So 10 out of 10. They all smell good. My favorite design wise though is Atomic Apple. My second favorite design has to be probably Wasteland Crunch, and last but not least Valliant Vanilla. But favorite design wise, favorite smell, or favorite aroma wise, and I'm excited to try all three. So with that being said, guys, let's get into today's review. We are going to start off with Atomic Apple being my favorite design wise. Then we're going to be trying out Vanilla Wafer, and last but not least we're going to be trying out Wasteland Crunch. So let's go ahead and get started with this video and try Atomic Apple as a cold brew and as a hot brew and see what we rate this flavor. Alright, let's get started with our Atomic Apple review. This again is an apple pie flavored coffee, and in all honesty guys, I'm super excited for this. This bag of coffee smells so good. Yesterday when I recorded like the intro part of the video, I grinded up the beans to make the cold brew, which I have right here. And let me tell you guys, this smells incredible. It's very similar. I wanted to point this out because I'm not too sure why I'm getting this, but I feel like Atomic Apple is very similar in the smell sense as French toast. Now, I know on the channel I haven't reviewed French toast yet, but it is coming in the future. So just to kind of like point it out, French toast literally is probably the best smelling coffee flavor from the Bones Coffee Company, in my opinion. It literally smells like French toast, and it's so incredible when it's being made. Like the entire room just smells like syrup and French toast, and you can even taste the cinnamon. It's just so nice. But Atomic Apple, I'm getting kind of a similar sense in the smell, which I'm not too sure exactly why. Like it kind of smells like syrup in a way. But you could definitely smell the apple. Now, I will admit, the beans being grinded up definitely throws a stronger apple smell than it does it being brewed. When it's being brewed, it smells a lot more. It's like a mixture of just coffee with like a slight like hints or notes of apple in the air. Whereas the beans themselves being grounded up, it actually does smell like apple, or apple pie in this case, which is really nice. I absolutely love how it smells in here right now, and I'm just so excited to try this flavor out for you guys on video today. So honestly guys, my expectations versus the reality, my expectations I will tell you right now. At the end I will tell you the reality of what I think of this flavor, and then we'll move on to the next flavor for the review. So my expectation for apple pie is, obviously I do want it to taste like an apple pie. I'm expecting it to be sweet already, and maybe to the point that no sugar needs to be added. But we're definitely going to add sugar and cream in this video just to, you know, fulfill the purpose of the review, to try them all three ways to see which way is better. But again, this is, so the purpose, or like kind of like the theme of this coffee flavor is you're out exploring the wasteland and you want to get a nice cup of something that reminds you of home, right? So it's that, in that case, it's apple pie. So I'm expecting the cold brew to taste better, just because cold brews in general taste better. The flavor comes out a lot stronger. But being that this is a kind of like dessert treat to remind you of home while you're out exploring the crazy wasteland, getting attacked by ghouls and monsters and animals and irradiated stuff, you know, a warm cup of apple pie is what I'm expecting this to technically supposed to be the best, but I'm assuming the cold brew is going to be the best. So with that being said, I'm hoping at least the apple flavor does come through pretty strong in this coffee, flavor. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the actual review. So smell wise, I'm gonna rate it a 10 out of 10. It being grinded up, it just smells incredible. Like I said, it really does smell like apple in here. The beans, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. They smell really, really nice, just like apple, but almost syrupy in a way, which is kind of like where I'm getting at from the French toast. It's very similar in the smell, which is kind of odd to me, but it's really nice. So 10 out of 10. I will give the actual smell in the room once it's being brewed I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10, just because it does smell like apples, but it's mixed with coffee as well. Well, actually, you know, 7.5 I feel like is too low. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10, because it does smell like apple, and it also smells like coffee, but it's just like a much milder tone. So 8.5 out of 10 for it actually being brewed and how it smells. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the actual review. I'm sorry if you can hear the train. I did get a better mic, so hopefully it doesn't come off too strongly in the video, but I think in my road chill video that I made, you can still hear it, which was really unfortunate, but I can't do anything about it. It's just they blow their horns every single station in this city, and there's like 3 or 4 stations before it ends, so you'll hear it the whole entire way once it comes through. But with that being said, we're gonna get started off with our hop brew, because like I said, I'm expecting the hop brew to taste the best technically, because an apple pie, you know, I'm hoping, you know, kind of like a warm dessert. Well, actually, now thinking about it, because I will admit, I'm not a huge apple pie fan. I wouldn't go out of my way to get one, but if I'm being offered one, then I definitely would eat it. So now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm not too sure. I don't really recall if an apple pie is warm or if it's cold. I think I've had it both ways before. I'm not too sure, but let me know how you guys eat it. Do you guys eat it warm or cold? So regardless of the fact, I feel like they're both going to be great as a hot brew and as a cold brew. But enough of me talking, let's get into the actual review. So here we have our hot brew cup of apple pie or atomic apple fallout coffee from the Bones Coffee Company. And right off the bat, the smells sweet, smells normal, smells like coffee. Doesn't really give me an apple flavor or apple scent from it, but it does smell pretty sweet actually. Maybe like a slight note of kind of like that apple pie scent, but very slight, very mild. So smell wise, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's good, but it doesn't really smell like much. With that being said, this is black, no cream, no sugar. Cheers, and let's see how atomic apple or apple pie flavored coffee from the Fallout series and the Bones Coffee Company tastes like. Cheers. Okay, so it's definitely good, but it's not very strong in taste. I did expect the coffee flavor, or not the coffee, the apple flavor to be a lot more profound, a lot stronger. I feel like it's very mild. I feel like for this coffee, you definitely have to add sugar for the taste to really come out. Like, it does taste like apple, but it's almost bitter in a sense. I feel like you definitely need to add sugar to this cup of coffee to make it taste so much better, which we will be doing in just a little bit, and maybe even creamer. The creamer might just bring it out a whole, you know, tenfold. So we'll do that in just a second, but I just want to take another sip because I really want to get an idea of how this tastes like. Yeah, it's good, but it's a little bitter in a sense. Now again, this is in a Wasteland technically, the inspiration of the coffee. So maybe an atomic apple maybe might be a little bit bitter because, you know, at that point in time everything is radiated. Maybe might not be fresh apples to actually make the apple pie. Maybe it's radiated apples for the pie. So maybe this is what Wasteland atomic apple or apple pie flavored coffee would taste like. I like apple, but a little bitter in a sense. I mean, it is a smooth cup of coffee, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rate it in the sense of two different ratings. So in the sense that maybe this is trying to show you what a Wasteland Atomic Apple or apple pie flavored coffee is, I think I'll give this a 9 out of 10 because it's a little bitter, it tastes like apple, but it's not too strong, and it's a smooth cup of coffee. So 9 out of 10 if you're coming it from that aspect. If you're just gonna rate it as an apple pie flavored coffee without kind of like the Wasteland radiated nuclear kind of like fallout background as an apple pie flavor, I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's good. It tastes a little bit like apple, but it's also kind of bitter in the sense, which I'm not really liking too much. But I definitely feel like with sugar, this is gonna taste so much better. And I'm actually contemplating if I should add cane sugar or if I should add Splenda. I was originally gonna add cane sugar. I actually have it here on the side, but I'm thinking that I might need to add. No, actually, I'm add cane sugar because in a post-apocalyptic world, Splenda's probably long gone because it's no longer being made, and maybe there is some really old sugar. And I think in Fallout 76, there's actually is sugar that you can like use for different items. I'm not too sure. I haven't played in probably like 3 weeks right now, but because I took a break from it, but I do believe there is sugar. So I'm actually going to use sugar just because I'm going with the kind of like the theme around it. But 6 out of 10 for just the apple pie flavor, 9 out of 10 if you're coming at it from a Wasteland perspective, Fallout aspect of an atomic apple pie flavored coffee. With that being said, we're going to move on to the cold brew. And we're going to see if this tastes better, if it tastes stronger as an apple pie flavor, or if it's similar in the kind of like perspective of the Wasteland apple, atomic apple type of sense of it. So with that being said, cheers, atomic apple or apple pie flavored coffee from the Bones Coffee Company and the Fallout series. Cheers. Okay, way better. 100% way better. So, the bitterness is completely gone from the cold brew. You can actually taste kind of like the crispiness of the apple. It's really nice. The apple flavor does come out a lot stronger, whereas in the hot brew, it was a lot more of the coffee with a mix of apple in there, but it was like a little bitter. In the cold brew, definitely the apple flavor does come out a lot stronger, and it's almost like crispiness fresh in a way. That's really good. It's so refreshing as well. Yep. Okay, yeah, I definitely like the cold brew better. Now, I will admit, I think, like I was originally saying, I think it's going to be so much better with sugar. But the cold brew, I can almost drink black with no cream, no sugar. And by the way, these were both black. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. No cream, no sugar. Just to get like the actual flavor notes before we add any mix to it. But cold brew, I think, is definitely a way you could definitely enjoy this coffee without adding anything to it, and it's pretty nice. Now, going back to the rating, I think as an apple pie flavored coffee, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. It tastes like it tastes like apple. It's crispy. It's almost fresh, like in flavor. It's refreshing. It's smooth. And it's sweet. It's sweet on its own already. I haven't added sugar, and it's sweet. The bitterness is completely gone, similar to the apple pie. So, I think coming at it from, like I said, 9 out of 10 for the apple pie flavor from the cold brew, but coming at it from a kind of like Wasteland perspective where like maybe the apples might not be fresh, or maybe this is a radiated apple type of version, I'm not too sure. I think I'm giving an 8 out of 10 because I'm not too sure how an atomic apple would be in a Wasteland like that. Maybe it's similar to the hot brew, or maybe it's similar to the cold brew. You can't really be too sure. But it's definitely a refreshing cup, so I'm still going to rate it an 8 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 as a cold brew black with no cream, no sugar as an apple pie flavored coffee, and 8 out of 10 with the perspective of it being from a Wasteland, atomic, fallout type of situation. So that's actually really good. So next up, we're going to be adding sugar. We're going to be adding cane sugar, like I originally said. And then last but not least, we're going to be adding creamer to it to see if the flavor changes or if it's still the same type of perspective to it. So let's go ahead and add it. I actually do have it right here. We have little packets. We're going to be adding 2 packets to either flavors or either cups. Let's go ahead and see. And let's do it correctly this time. I do recall in a video, I'm not sure which video it was, and I'm not sure if I have uploaded it yet, because I do have a couple videos that I haven't uploaded yet that are, you know, in the process of being edited, that I accidentally added extra sugar to one of the cups instead of to the correct cup, and it ended up coming out, you know, the review wasn't probably the best because it was one was a little sweeter than the other and the other one wasn't as sweet, but I don't recall which flavor that was. But regardless, I still left it like that because it didn't really change much in sweetness considering it's cane sugar, not like Splenda where like the sweetness would be tenfold as strong if I added a second or third packet. But with that being said, let's get it really well nicely mixed in there, and I do expect the hot brew to taste a lot better with sugar, kind of taking away that bitterness. In the cold brew, I'm not too sure, but I assume it's just going to be better in general. So let's go ahead and do that, mix it up really nice and well, and give it a try as a cold brew and as a hot brew with sugar. Or sweetened black? No, I'm not too sure. Just, you know, with sugar and all that. So with that being said, I apologize if you guys hear any other noise. My neighbors are out and they're making quite a bit of noise, but I don't know if you can catch that on camera or not. Like I said, my mic, it does cut off a lot of kind of like the air noise or air pollution, but some of the other noises it still picks up. So I do apologize about that if you guys hear it. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and try the hot brew first with sugar and see if it's better or if it's similar to as it was without sugar. Cheers. So it's a lot better. It definitely removes the bitterness, but flavor wise it's still very similar. The apple flavor is definitely there, but it's milder than the cold brew, and it's a lot more mixed as a coffee flavor, whereas in the cold brew it's a lot stronger as an apple flavor, or apple pie in this case. The sugar just definitely helps with the bitterness that the hot brew had. It kind of removes a little bit, being that it's cane sugar. It doesn't remove it completely, right? But it does definitely remove it. And you know, I think the rating, I'm gonna keep it the same as it was. I think maybe we can just upgrade it by 0.5. So what did I say the rating was? Actually, I should have noted this down. I don't recall what I said the rating was. I think I said as an apple pie flavored, I think I rated it a 6 out of 10. I guess I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 with sugar. It just makes it a tiny bit better, but the flavor profile doesn't really change much at all. And I think as an atomic apple or like radiated apple, wasteland apple pie, I gave it a 9 out of 10, and I think I'm gonna still keep it at a 9 out of 10 because it still tastes similar. Like I said, the sweetness just takes away a little bit of the bitterness, which in my personal opinion helps it a lot. But you know, I do apologize. Give me 1 second. Alright, so like I was saying, just as a personal opinion, I think it helps it just because it removes a little bit of that bitterness. But with that being said, the rating, I'm going to keep it the same. The only upgrade is to a 6.5 when it comes to the apple pie flavored rating. So we'll put this over to the side and let's go ahead and try out our cold brew. Now, will it beat the same as my old ratings or will it beat the old ratings? Cheers. Yeah, it's very similar in taste. Kind of. That's really good. See, I think cold brew is definitely the way to go for this coffee flavor, 100%. It's refreshing. It tastes like apple. It has the sweetness of the apple pie. I apologize about the sirens. It has the sweetness of the apple pie. It's crispy, almost fresh like if it's a fresh apple or maybe a radiated apple in this situation. But it's just really good. I think similar, the ratings are just gonna stay the same. I don't remember what the ratings were. I think I gave it a 10 out of 10 being an apple pie flavor, and I gave it a 9 out of 10 being an atomic apple flavor. So I guess I would just say, I'm gonna just keep it the same. It didn't really add much to it. The flavor profile did not change at all. And it's just a little tiny bit sweeter, which is kind of nice. But already on itself, without cream or sugar, it was already good. So maybe you don't even need to add sugar to your cold brew. It's already nice. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our final part of this review. We're going to be adding creamer to our cups of coffees. I got my oat milk Khalifa Farms. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Creamer right here, and we're gonna add to our hot brew, and we're going to also be adding some to our cold brew. And let's just go ahead and put this over to the side. I am going to wash my palette a little bit with a little bit of water. I know it's the same flavor, but just to get a fresh kind of notes again in my mouth. Just try it out, and that's nicely mixed. That's nicely mixed. I might even go ahead and add just a tiny bit more of cold brew just to have it, I guess, a nice ratio mix and not get too much of that oat flavor that the oat milk sometimes gives a certain types of coffees. So with that being said, let's go ahead and try the the hot brew. Again, cream and sugar at this point in time. Is it better? Does it taste the same? Sometimes I feel like adding creamer helps the flavor 100%, 10 times more. So 100% 10 times more. Did that make sense? I don't know. But sometimes it really does help and bring out the flavor a lot. So maybe this might be the way to go if you're going to drink it as a hot brew. Let's find out. Cheers. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. As a hot brew, I'm a little disappointed. Even with cream, again, the apple pie flavor really is not there that much. There is an apple flavor, but it's very mild. And, you know, with the creamer, obviously it's creamier. But it still isn't as strong as I would like the apple pie flavor to be. So, rating-wise, again, I'm going to keep it, I think, the same exact rating as an atomic apple pie flavored. If you're coming from the perspective of a Wasteland, I think I'm gonna keep it exactly the same as I said. What did I say? A 9 out of 10. I think I'm gonna downgrade it a little bit because the creamer did kind of remove a lot of that kind of like the sweetness and bitterness of the sugar. Kind of removed it. So coming from like a Fallout perspective where it might be bitter, I guess I'll make it an 8 out of 10. And for like the apple pie flavor in general, I think I'm still gonna keep it at a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it's there, but it's very mild and it's just not the best. I think definitely for this coffee flavor for atomic apple, the best way to go about it will definitely be as a cold brew if you guys want to give it a try. But with cream and sugar, let's see how the cold brew tastes like. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for this flavor in general, the cold brew, oh, that's nice. The cold brew is definitely the way to go. It's just refreshing. It's a really nice apple flavor. You immediately taste the apple flavor on your tongue. As you swallow down, there's an aftertaste that kind of comes up afterwards. That is a sweet apple flavor as well, similar to, you know, apple pie, which is really nice. It's like stays on your tongue. The creamer, I feel like this coffee, as a cold brew, you could definitely drink it black, no cream, no sugar. But you could add sugar and creamer and it would taste a tiny bit better, and it's nice. You know, the texture is different with the creamer. It's a lot creamier. But it's really good. You know, I definitely enjoy this. I feel like, I don't know if I would finish the hot brew, but I definitely will finish the cold brew. And if I do finish the bag, I am gonna finish it as a cold brew because it's really nice. So, would I buy Atomic Apple or apple pie flavored coffee again? As a cold brew, probably, yeah. It honestly is really nice as a cold. It's pretty nice as a cold brew. It's refreshing. It tastes like it, and it's just an interesting flavor. Do I recommend it? I recommend it as a cold brew. Definitely give it a try as a cold brew. Like I said, you don't have to add cream or sugar to it. It's already nice, but you could add some cream or sugar to it, and it's just a tiny bit better. And do I recommend it as a hot brew? I'm not too sure. Maybe if you guys want to get that perspective of the Fallout Wasteland kind of like old type of Atomic Apple or radiated apple feel, maybe give it a shot like that. But cold brew, if you really want to, you know, try it for the flavor, cold brew's the way to go. So with that being said, guys, also smell. It does smell a little bit like apple. It's almost crispy in the smell. Smells a little fresh. I think the cold brew also definitely smells a lot stronger than the hot brew. So for the smell wise, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 from the actually a 9 out of 10 because it does smell like apples, which is really nice. So with that being said, guys, cold brew, definite way to go. Yep, that's my rating and review for Atomic Apple. I hope you guys enjoy that. But I think now it's fair to say that we're going to move on to the second flavor that we're going to be trying, which is going to be Valliant Vanilla. Now, I'm excited for this flavor. Atomic Apple smelled great, but this smells incredible. It literally smells like a Rice Krispie, and considering it's a vanilla wafers and I love wafers, I can just imagine this is gonna smell and taste incredible. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and make the cold brew, and that's the next review. I'll see you guys in just a few seconds, but tomorrow. Technically tomorrow, but in just a few seconds. Let's get into it. Alright, so Valliant Vanilla is the next flavor we are trying out, and guys, I'm gonna tell you, I am so excited for this flavor right here because of the aroma and the smell that this coffee gives out. Listen, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys the aroma of the beans and the beans being grounded up, it's going to be an 11 out of 10. For me personally, this smells just like a Rice Krispie treat, and it smells incredible. Like, it's so good. I absolutely love it. So 11 out of 10 for the beans themselves and the beans being grounded up. Now the aroma in the air after it was freshly brewed, it also does smell like a Rice Krispie treat, but a little bit more mild. So with that being said, I'm going to rate the actual aroma in the air of it being brewed a 10 out of 10. Because it smells like vanilla, it smells like a Rice Krispie treat, it smells sweet, and it's such an incredible aroma. This actually smells better than Atomic Apple, and I thought Atomic Apple actually smelled really good. So with that being said, guys, let's just go ahead and jump into the review. And actually, I just want to point out that my soda stream came in. So I'm actually really excited because, like I mentioned earlier, at the end of this video, or the final portion of this video, I'm actually going to be reviewing and talking about Nuka Cola Orange. So in order to make Nuka Cola Orange into an actual kind of like soda or pop drink, I'm going to be adding carbonation to it, and I'm really excited to do that because I've tried the drink obviously to make the review for you guys and talk about it before, but it's not really an actual soda, but I'm going to try to make it into an actual soda with the carbonation, so I'm really excited about that. So I just wanted to point that out, and that's going to be towards the end of this video. But let's go ahead and jump into Valliant Vanilla. Again, we're going to be trying it two ways. We're going to be trying it as a hot brew and as a cold brew. We're going to be trying it black first, no cream, no sugar, so we can actually taste the flavor notes of the actual vanilla wafer, hopefully. And then we're going to be adding cream. Alright, we're going to be adding sugar first, and then last but not least, cream, so we can try it and see if the cream or if the sugar improves the flavors at all throughout the thing. And we're going to be rating it 2 different ways. We're going to be rating it for the flavor itself. Does it actually represent vanilla wafer, or maybe even a Rice Krispie treat? Because like I said, personally, that's how it smells like to me. And then we're going to be rating it kind of a Fallout post-apocalyptic type of coffee flavor. If it smells kind of like a pre-war that's been sitting there coffee that, you know, or whatever it's trying to represent. So we're going to be doing that in this part of the video. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump in and try out the hot brew version first. So, like I said, this was freshly just made. It's still piping hot. And this is vanilla wafer Fallout coffee from the Bones Coffee Company. Cheers. I'm expecting this to taste similar maybe to like French vanilla, because I've tasted French vanilla before, but obviously different considering this is a vanilla wafer flavor coffee. So, let's go ahead, taste it, and see if that is the reality or if it tastes a little bit different. Cheers. Okay, so this is good. This is definitely good, but it's mild in flavor. There's definitely a vanilla flavor there. The wafer I'm not really getting much of, but there is a vanilla flavor there. It definitely reminds me of French vanilla, but a lot more milder. In the French vanilla, you could definitely taste it as you sip. This is a lot more milder. You could, you know, taste it in there, but it's not, you know, there exactly, and it's not exactly the same French vanilla flavor, but it is a vanilla flavor. But it's really, it's mild, but it's really good, especially if you like the vanilla flavor. I feel like if you didn't really like French vanilla because it was a different type of vanilla flavor, you'll definitely like this vanilla flavor. It's mild, but it's there and it's nice. It's a smooth cup of coffee. It's almost a little bit sweet. It's a nice mixture of sweet and bitter, so it's not like bitter. Where Atomic Apple, when I tasted it, at least as a hot brew, there was a little bit of bitterness in there, in my opinion. This has no bitterness. It's like a nicely mixture of like coffee with a little bit of sweetness and the vanilla flavor. That's really good. If you like a vanilla hot brew type of coffee, try this. This is really nice, especially black, no cream, no sugar. I'm actually enjoying it pretty well. So, like I said, hot brew vanilla wafer. To give it a rating as a vanilla wafer flavor, I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10, because I'm not getting exactly like what vanilla wafer type of flavor, but there is a vanilla flavor there, which is a little bit mild, but it's really nice. So as a vanilla wafer flavor, I'm going to give it, like I said, an 8.5 out of 10. As a, you know, kind of like Fallout drink, I'm not too sure about this one. I think I'm going to give it a, you know what, let me actually just fresh up my mind by reading the description of the coffee. I know I already read it for you guys, but I'm going to read it again because, like I said, this video is actually a couple of days long for me, while for you guys it's just like a really long video. So when I read this to you guys, it was yesterday, so I want to give myself a refresher. So Valliant's vanilla, I'm gonna read it for you guys again. Suit up and grab a cup of Valliant's vanilla, because those feral ghouls and mutants aren't going to destroy themselves. Steel, you know, like metal steel, but steel your mind and body with this delicious brew infused with the delightful vanilla wafer flavor. Add Victoria. So I guess it's just a vanilla wafer flavor in just all general. There really isn't kind of like where Atomic Apple, it's like Lucy's Atomic Apple, remembering home while you're out in the wasteland. This is actually just, you know, Valliant vanilla, or vanilla wafer, with the, you know, Brotherhood of Steel collaboration in there. So as a pre-war, or maybe like in a Fallout type of coffee, I think I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 from that perspective, because, you know, I'm not really too sure you know, maybe it's been preserved or whatever and it tastes really good. So if it's a preserved, then I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If it's just, you know, a perspective of, you know, just an old wafer that's been there, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it tastes good. It doesn't taste bad, and something that I would consider old and all that, kind of like where Atomic Apple was a little bitter in the hop brew, where, you know, you could kind of connect that to maybe like, you know, some old apples or radiated apples. This is actually kind of sweet on its own, and it's really nice. So I can't really put the perspective of it being, you know, old, or maybe if it is preserved, like I said, 8 out of 10. But a 5 out of 10 from the like kind of old Fallout perspective. But as a vanilla wafer, like I said, I'm giving this a, what did I give it, 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10? As a vanilla wafer, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 because it is a nice vanilla flavor. It's mild, but it's really nice, and you can definitely drink the coffee black and enjoy the vanilla flavor in it without having to add cream or sugar. So moving on, we're gonna taste the cold brew. Like I said, we're gonna clean our palate with a little bit of lime carbonated water from my new soda stream. I absolutely love water, and every day I work, I usually buy carbonated water. That's why I got this soda stream, so I can stop spending money on that, because it's a little expensive where I work and I buy it every day. But anyways, now that I've cleaned my palate just a tiny bit, let's go ahead and try the cold brew. And just like the usual videos that I make, I expect the cold brew to taste so much better, as it's actually been, you know, sucking up the flavors from the coffee grounds and everything for at least 12 hours. So I do expect it to taste a lot better. But with that being said, it smells like a cold brew. So not much of a difference there. But anyways, cheers, and let's see how this tastes like. Whoa. Hold up. Whoa. Oh my god. Yo, guys. I'm not exaggerating. I am not this is so good. This literally, this tastes, this definitely tastes like a vanilla wafer, but also a mixture of a Rice Krispie treat. I'm not sure if that's just me personally, but this tastes so good. Oh my god, this is really good. I might have to get I actually might have to get another bag of this, because I'm not too sure if this is a limited time thing because of the series, or if this is just a collab they're gonna have on their website from now on. But if this is a limited time thing, I definitely have to get me another bag of this to make as a cold brew. This is so good. This is way better than French vanilla cold brew. This, oh my god. I'm already halfway done with the cup. Like, this is so good. And this is black, no cream, no sugar. I'm giving this a 20 out of 10. This is just so nice. I absolutely love this. It's a smooth cup of coffee. It tastes like vanilla. It's strong in the vanilla flavor, but there's also a little bit, you could kind of almost taste like the bread of the wafer in there, and it's really nice. But it also, like I said, reminds me of a Rice Krispie treat. It's sweet already on its own. You don't need to add sugar, you don't need to add cream, but I could just imagine already with cream and sugar, this is just gonna taste incredible as a cold brew. So to be more realistic, I'm gonna give this an 11 out of 10, and if it improves, I'll give it a 12 out of 10, and so forth. So with that being said, 11 out of 10 for the cold brew. It tastes incredible. You guys need to give this a try. It's really, really nice. Again, referral link in the description below. I believe you get like a 10% coupon code, and you guys give me points so I can get discounts on my coffee. So it's a win-win situation. I'm not sponsored, not an affiliate, but you guys get to treat yourself with a little bit of a discount, and you help me out for future discounts for myself as well. So I would really appreciate it if you use my referral link. Not sponsored, not an affiliate, but just pointing that out. So 11 out of 10 for the cold brew. Let's go ahead and move on to the second portion of the review. We're gonna add sugar. We're gonna be adding cane sugar again, because in a rating for the vanilla wafer, I apologize, I'm gonna give it a, like I said, 11 out of 10. As a pop, I can never say that word. a pre-war, a fallout type of drink, like a nuclear war type of drink. Again, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it's confusing. It's not like, it's not bad or anything. It's not, I'm not rating it a 5 out of 10 because it's bad, but it's just, it doesn't taste like, you know, like a pre-war or like a coffee that's been sitting through a fallout nuclear radiated world. So it's just, you know, it's like unknown, so I'm gonna rate it a 5 out of 10 in that perspective. But as an actual vanilla wafer flavor, or as an actual vanilla flavor, that's an 11 out of 10. It's so good. So let's go ahead and add 2 packets of cane sugar, and I'm actually going to have to add a little bit more of the cold brew just because it's almost like halfway done. Like, I'm telling you guys, I literally drank, like, it's almost halfway done. It's just so nice. So 2 package in each cup, the hot brew and the cold brew. And I'm expecting the cold brew to just improve probably 5 times with the sugar. And the hot brew, I'm hoping it does improve in the taste. But like I said, so I guess what I would kind of say about it is the hot brew is definitely kind of like a nice treat. It's warm. It's like a soft, smooth vanilla type of flavor, but it's mild, but it's definitely enjoyable. Whereas the cold brew, it's like a better treat. And it's so nice, it's refreshing, it's smooth, but it has a really strong vanilla and almost kind of like the bread of the wafer or cracker, whatever that type of like cookie bread is. It has that flavor in there, and it's so good. So I definitely recommend you guys giving this a try. This is a good flavor both ways, 100%, without a doubt. But let's go ahead and mix up our sugar. Let's try to mix it up really well. Listen, I kind of feel like I was expecting this type of reaction from me from the atomic apple because it smells so good. And although like I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of apple pie, but I would eat it. I was expecting it to taste kind of this good, whereas I definitely feel like right now the crown of the best flavor is vanilla wafer. Second place has to be atomic apple, but we haven't tried Wasteland Crunch yet, which is it's described as an old chocolate candy bar. So I'm excited to give that a try. But right now, definitely listen, the Brotherhood of Steel in game, and for a lot of people, they don't really like them. But right now they have the best flavor, without a doubt. So I'm just, yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I apologize about that, but right now they have the best flavor. This is incredible. Oh, I wanted to add a little bit more of the cold brew just because it's a little, I want to have a good amount to drink right now with the sugar, and then add, like I said, a little bit of creamer. So, oh my god, I spilled a little. That's not good. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit later. But let's go ahead and we're gonna try the hot brew first. We're gonna give the hot brew a chance again with sugar now. Maybe it's a little bit better. And then we're gonna move on to the cold brew. So, hot brew with sugar. Cheers. Hold up. Let me clean my palate again with a little bit of water, or lime carbonated water from my soda stream. Cheers. You know, the lime definitely helps, whereas usually I just drink normal water. The lime is definitely helping clean the palate a lot better. And not sponsored either, but from Bubbly. I got it from Amazon. You know, it's really nice. Let's try the hot brew one more time again, with my palate a little bit cleaner in the flavor. Cheers. Also, this smells like vanilla a little bit better than the cold brew does, so that's actually pretty nice. But cheers. Okay. Yep. See, I think for me, I'm definitely preferring the cold brew for this coffee as well as I did for Atomic Apple. But this is actually nice too. Whereas in Atomic Apple, I think I just preferred the cold brew. The hot brew, it was good, but it wasn't my favorite. I mean, I guess you could consider drinking it if you guys want to. But the hot brew is definitely nice in this one. Definitely give the hot brew a chance. It's, you know, it tastes like vanilla with the sugar. You could kind of taste a little bit more of the wafer in there, so it's actually kind of nice. You could taste a little bit kind of like more of the bread cookie wafer that I talked about in the cold brew. With sugar, it brings out a little bit more of the sweetness as well. But it still tastes really nice. It's just, this is a really nice flavor both ways, as a hot brew and as a cold brew. Definitely recommend it as a cold brew though, but a hot brew is actually really nice. It's relaxing, and it's just a really good flavor. Yeah, so with sugar, what did I give the hot brew? I gave it a... I actually don't remember what I gave it. You know, I need to start dotting down what my ratings are. I think I gave it an 8.5. If I didn't give it an 8.5, I'll have it on the screen for you guys, and I'll upgrade it 1 point. So if it was an 8.5, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10, or half a point, I guess you could say. I'll give this a 9 out of 10, and if it wasn't that, it will be on the screen for you guys to see, because as a vanilla wafer, this definitely improved in flavor with sugar. It's a lot sweeter, it's smooth still, but you could taste a little bit more of the wafer, and it adds on to the sweetness, so it's actually really good. So 0.5 upgrade for the flavor to a 9 out of 10, or whatever my rating was, I'll upgrade it to a 0.5 higher. Again, as a post-apocalyptic coffee, Fallout coffee, I'm still giving it a 5 out of 10 because it doesn't give me that, you know, Fallout vibe, and it's still like a little bit like kind of weird in the flavor. Not weird, but you know, it doesn't give me like that, like I said, that Fallout vibe. So 5 out of 10 from that perspective, but as a vanilla wafer, 0.5 higher, so 9 out of 10, or whatever I gave it at the time, a 0.5 higher. So hot brew, definitely better with sugar. Give it a try. It's nice, comforting, warming. Let's go ahead and give the cold brew. I'm not going to clean my palate this time. Just going to try right away. I already know it tastes incredible, so with sugar, I just expect it to taste even better and even stronger. So cheers. Oh my god, guys. This is so good. I absolutely love this. Like, is this gonna be in my top 5 flavors now? Like, this is incredible. I'm so shocked with this review. With sugar, obviously it improves it. It adds a little bit more of that sweetness from the vanilla wafer, but the flavor is still the same. And like, I think what I'm really liking is that as you drink it, you taste the vanilla first, but kind of like towards the end, and as an aftertaste, that wafer flavor comes in, and it's so nice. That's so good. Guys, I'm gonna have to get me another bag, a 12 ounce, but I definitely have to get me another bag for the cold brew. It's so good. It's so good. Wow. This, I think I'm considering that this is a better cold brew than the mint chocolate chip. I think it is. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I would definitely drink this every single day as a cold brew. Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. That's so good. So, with sugar, 12 out of 10. Even better, 12 out of 10. From the post-apocalyptic Fallout, again, 5 out of 10. I'm not really getting a Fallout vibe from it, but as an actual flavor, 12 out of 10. Incredibly good. So with that being said, the last thing we're going to be doing is adding creamer to it, and I just expect this to be 10 times better. It's going to add creaminess to the vanilla. It's going to add creaminess as a texture. It might even boost the flavor, and I'm just really excited. So I think rating wise, it's just going to improve. It definitely is going to improve with the creamer, but we're going to add it for the perspective of the video. And after this, we're going to move on to the next flavor, which is Wasteland Crunch, which is the old chocolate bar, or the old chocolate candy bar flavor coffee. my god. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead, mix it up pretty well so it's all mixed in there, and give it the final rating, the final review. And then, like I said, we'll be moving on to Wasteland Crunch, and I'll show you guys the bag, and we're gonna move on to that. And then after we finish the coffee reviews, we're gonna move on to Nuka Cola Orange. So with that being said, guys, let's clean the palette one last time. Okay, and let's try Valliant's Vanilla Wafer Fallout Coffee from the Bones Coffee Company with some cream and sugar. Cheers. Okay, yeah. I had to take a second sip there because I still had a little bit of the lime flavor from the carbonated water. But yeah, it's definitely, I feel like, okay, now there's an interesting take right now for me. Because I did feel like with cream, it was going to be a little bit better. But I feel like with cream, it kind of miles the flavor down just a tiny bit. You could definitely still taste the vanilla. You could taste a little bit of the wafer towards the end that the sugar really brought out. But it does kind of change the flavor just a tiny bit. So I think it's definitely going to be better as a black cup or a cup of coffee with sugar. Whereas with the creamer, at least in the hot brew, it kind of brings down the flavor a little bit. So I think I gave it, what, a 9 out of 10, or I made a 0.5 higher with the sugar. So I'll remove that 0.5 and I'll bring it back down to an, you know what, I'll bring it down to an 8 out of 10. So I'll remove an entire point from it, because it does taste like a vanilla. It does taste, it does have that wafer taste towards the end that the sugar brought out, but it makes it a lot more milder and a little bit less enjoyable, I think, in my opinion. I think I definitely preferred it without the creamer. So yeah, I'm gonna remove a point from it. So if it was a 9 out of 10, I'll make it an 8 out of 10, or whatever the rating on the screen is right now. And again, from the Fallout perspective, I feel like maybe with the creamer, it might bring a little bit more to that Fallout, kind of like, you know, because it changes the flavor, it makes it a little bit less milder, so it feels like maybe like a little bit less fresh. So maybe I'll make that a 6 out of 10. Brings out a little bit more of that Fallout aspect to it. So let's go ahead and move on to the cold brew, and hopefully it doesn't do the same for the cold brew and it makes it better. So with that being said, will it be a 13 out of 10, or will it go down to an 11 out of 10? Cheers. I think it's gonna go down to an 11 out of 10, guys. That, okay, so, listen, usually I love my coffees with cream and sugar, and that goes for my top 5 favorite flavors. But for this one, I think this is definitely a coffee that I've enjoyed a lot without the cream. Maybe with sugar it definitely helped it, but without the cream, I feel like the cream for this flavor definitely brings down the flavor, or removes a little bit of the flavor, whereas without the cream, with just sugar, it like pops in your mouth with like the vanilla and then the wafer flavor, and it's really nice. The cream definitely not only changes the texture a little bit, right, but it also brings down that flavor a little bit, where now it's just like a little bit of a milder vanilla flavor with that hint of wafer towards the end. So I think I definitely enjoy overall, I enjoy the cold brew better, but without cream. So 11 out of 10, it brought it down a little bit. So I definitely recommend the cold brew with sugar or without sugar, just black. It's incredible in flavor. And it brought it up to a 12 out of 10 with creamer, brings it back down to 11 out of 10. It still tastes nice. It tastes like vanilla wafer, but It reduces the flavor just a tiny bit, so definitely recommend it without creamer, but give it a try. Maybe you guys might like it with creamer, especially if it's not oat milk. Maybe if it's just normal or 2% milk or whatever type of creamer you guys at, maybe the flavor is a lot better. But yeah, that's gonna be my review on Valliant Vanilla. I definitely have to get me another pack, guys. If it is a limited time, I have to get me another pack of this. This takes the crown right now. This is the king of the flavors. Where the Brotherhood of Steel might not be that popular in game, it's definitely my favorite flavor in the coffee flavor series right now from the Bones Coffee Company. So next flavor we're going to be trying out, like I said, will be Wasteland Crunch. This is the Ghoul coffee, and I'm excited for it. Listen, I love me some chocolate, and I love me chocolate candy bars. I'm a little bit skeptical on this flavor, I will admit, from this point on, because usually I've had some different chocolate flavored coffees from the Bones Coffee Company, like Red Velvet. Red Velvet's obviously a chocolate cake with a little bit of like that icing flavor, but it's not too strong. And again, the white chocolate, it's a really nice flavor. I've actually ordered 2 more packs, but it's a very mild flavor. So I feel like a lot of the chocolate flavor coffees from Bones is very mild in flavor and tastes almost just as normal coffee. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but this is, like I said, it says right here, an old world chocolate candy bar. So how will that taste? I'm not too sure, but let's go ahead and find out and try Wasteland Crunch. Definitely recommend Valliant Vanilla, 100%. Give it a try. It's an incredible flavor. But let's try Wasteland Crunch. Alright guys, let's get started with Wasteland Crunch. Listen guys, I'm excited for this coffee flavor right here, but I'm also really skeptical. I can't wait to try it, and hopefully it does taste incredible. But like I said, I'm a little bit skeptical because I personally have tried a bunch of coffee flavors from the Bones Coffee Company at this point in time, even though I haven't uploaded all of them to my channel just yet. I've tried probably most of their flavors, and I will be 100% honest with you guys. A lot of their chocolate flavored coffees, when it comes to like different flavors that are chocolate related, they don't really taste that strong in the chocolate flavor. A lot of them are very mild and just really taste like coffee with a little bit of added sweetness to it. So I'm a little bit skeptical on how this chocolate candy bar flavored coffee is going to taste. But considering this is a Fallout collab, and by the description of the coffee, it's described as an old world chocolate candy bar, I'm curious to see how that old world tastes like, or old world chocolate candy bar tastes like in this coffee, because I assume it has to be a little bit different than normal chocolate, I assume. And also, like I said earlier, it does actually kind of smell like an old chocolate candy bar. It almost has kind of like that stale aroma. Now obviously this isn't stale, this is fresh coffee. It just recently released, so it's freshly roasted as well. But it almost has that kind of like stale aroma that old chocolate candy bar has. And I have had old chocolate before because I thought it was fresh, but it wasn't. But it has kind of that same smell to it, which is interesting. So right off the bat, I'm going to rate the Aroma a 7.5 out of 10. And I'm actually going to write it down in my notes, because I usually forget what I rate the Aroma, or like the different ratings afterwards. So 7.5 for the Aroma. It does smell like an old chocolate candy bar, but it's not very strong as well, so that's why I'm giving it a low rating. Actually, in reality, this is the kind of like the lowest or the mildest aroma smelling coffee out of the bunch. Definitely Vanilla Wafer took the crown in the best smelling coffee out of the 3 of them. Atomic Apple came in second place for the Aroma, in my opinion. And last but not least has to be this chocolate candy bar. It just really, the beans smell nice, but it's not very strong, so 7.5. And the coffee being brewed and like the aroma in the air, it doesn't really smell like anything, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. So I'm just gonna give the aroma in the air a 5 out of 10. It does not, it really isn't that strong. So 5 out of 10 for it being brewed. And like I said, I'm just writing these down because throughout the video I like to kind of come back, you know, after I've added sugar and cream and see if the things have improved or not, and I usually forget what I rate them. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the actual review. Just like all the other flavors that we've tried in the video so far, I'm trying it black first. No cream, no sugar. I have it as a cold brew and as a hot brew. And we're going to see how it tastes better, give my review on it. Then we're going to be adding sugar to it. And last but not least, we're going to be adding creamer to it to see if the flavor improves or if it stays the same. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first of all, we have the hot brew right here. Again, black, no cream, no sugar. Smells a little sweet. Also, my expectation is for this to taste like a sweet but almost stale type of chocolate, and not stale in a bad way as if like the coffee is actually old, but stale in just like the taste. I do expect it to taste like that, just because it is a Fallout collab. You know, it's a pre-world, the post-apocalyptic old chocolate bar that's been through a nuclear war. So I'm expecting this to taste something like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give this a try. Cheers, and see how it tastes like. Okay. Yeah, my expectation from it is exactly what I thought. Very similar to other chocolate flavored coffees that I've had from Bones. The flavor is not too strong. This honestly tastes very similar to a bunch of other chocolate flavored coffees that I've had in the past. It tastes like coffee. You could taste the chocolate. It's a little bit bitter, so maybe that could be contributed to like the old pre-war or like Fallout old chocolate candy bar, but it just tastes really like coffee. There's, I mean, a hint of like chocolate in there with a little bit of bitterness, at least in the hot brew. But I can't really describe the taste. It really just tastes like coffee. Maybe like notes of chocolate in there. But I'm not too sure. I'm not really sure. So I think for rating wise, if I was to rate this for the chocolate candy bar flavor itself, I'm gonna go ahead and actually give this a, if I was to rate it for just the chocolate flavor, I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Like I said, I'm being 100% honest with you guys. It really does taste just like coffee, with a little bit maybe notes of chocolate in there, and it's a little bitter. Maybe I can contribute that to like that old chocolate candy bar perspective of it, but there's really not much of a taste to it. So 5 out of 10 as a hot brew and black. And this is also 5 out of 10 for the chocolate flavor. If we're giving it a perspective of like the Fallout world and, you know, that chocolate type of flavor to it, I think I'm going to give this a I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It does, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this flavor because it doesn't really taste like much. I mean, there is that little bit of that maybe like bitterness to it, but I mean, could I really contribute that maybe to like that old chocolate candy bar taste? I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. As a like kind of like pre-war coffee flavor. Yeah. So 5 out of 10 as a chocolate candy bar flavor. There's really not much there to it. And 6 out of 10 as a pre-war coffee flavor. Whereas maybe you can contribute a little bit of the bitterness to like that old chocolate candy bar taste. But apart from that, I'm not really getting much from it. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the cold brew, as usually the cold brew does bring out a lot of the flavors. So hopefully if whatever I didn't taste from the hot brew, we can definitely get it out of the cold brew and see if the rating improves or if it stays the same. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and try some chocolate candy bar Fallout Ghoul Bones coffee flavor. Cheers. Again, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm a little disappointed with this flavor. The design is actually really cool. I think this was my second favorite design wise out of the bunch. And I mean, it smells a little nice, but I'm not really getting much flavor from this coffee at all. It just tastes like coffee, like a cold brew, maybe with like notes of chocolate in there. But the cold brew does remove that kind of like bitterness that I could maybe contribute to that kind of like old chocolate candy bar. It is a lot sweeter. It's a lot smoother as well. So I think for the cold brew as a chocolate candy bar flavor, I'm still gonna keep it at a 5 out of 10. I'm not really tasting much of a chocolate flavor at all. It just tastes like coffee. Maybe you get notes of chocolate in there, but it's not really that much. It just really tastes like a smooth cup of coffee. As a pre-war coffee flavor, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I'm actually gonna downgrade because at least where in the hot brew it had a little bit of bitterness where maybe you could contribute that to kind of like that old stale chocolate candy bar type of flavor. In the cold brew, it removes it, so it tastes like a smooth cup of coffee, maybe with like a little added sweetener, where you can contribute that to maybe like the chocolate candy bar taste and maybe like hints of chocolate, but it doesn't really taste like a pre-war Fallout type of coffee if you come from it from that perspective. So whereas in the hot brew it was a 6 out of 10, in the cold brew it's going to be a 5 out of 10. So let me just put that down, cold brew, and 5 out of 10. I'm gonna keep it the same as the chocolate flavor. So that is my ratings for the hot brew and the cold brew as a black cup of coffee. Now we're gonna go ahead and add sugar, and last but not least, we're gonna top it off with cream, and maybe the flavors do improve with sugar and cream. So let's hope for the best with that, and let's get started. So I have sugar right here. This actually isn't my sugar. I'm borrowing it because I ran out of my actual sugar and I hadn't realized. So I'm going to try not to use that much, and but still get a good at least scoop of it in there. I'm gonna do 2 scoops just because in my other reviews I've done 2 packets of the sugar that I had, so I kind of want to be a little consistent. At least I'm not sure if it's exactly the same amount as it's in the packet, but at least I want to be a little bit consistent of the quantity. So 2 packets, I'm gonna add 2 scoops of sugar. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get it mixed up and see if the sugar helps the coffee at all or if it still tastes the same. I expect flavor wise to maybe have it actually taste the same. You know, I'm not too sure if the flavor is gonna really change. Maybe we might get a little bit of the chocolate flavor with the added sweetness of the sugar, but I'm not too sure. I don't really have high hopes that it's gonna really help it that much. But we'll see right now, and then we're gonna add cream to it for the final rating, and then I'm gonna give you guys my overall review out of the 3 flavors, crown the king in the flavors, the design, the aroma, and everything. And then we're gonna move on to the final portion of the video where we're gonna be trying Nuka Cola Orange, and I'm super excited for that because my soda stream is here, and not only are we gonna make the drink, but we're gonna make it an actual soda, so an actual Nuka Cola Orange, an unofficial Nuka Cola Orange, but an actual Nuka Cola Orange. And I'll show you guys and talk about it at the final portion of this video. So with that being said, let's try the cold brew with sugar. Cheers, and see if the flavor improves or if it stays the same. Very similar. I mean, the sugar does definitely help. Maybe with the sugar, an aftertaste of chocolate definitely comes out. But yeah, no, I think maybe with sugar, I'm gonna rate it a 5. Whereas with the rest, it was a 5 out of 10. Maybe I'm gonna rate this a 5.5 out of 10. I mean, it doesn't really help that much. The flavor really isn't coming out at all to me. It really just tastes like coffee. Like, I'm sorry, like, I really wish I could say this, like, my reaction to the vanilla wafer compared to this is probably very noticeable, because vanilla wafer, honestly, it was an incredible flavor, but I'm not getting much from this, and I don't want to exaggerate it and be like, wow, this is amazing, this is such a great flavor. I'm trying to give you guys my honest perspective, and in all honesty, this does not taste much like anything. So with sugar, 5.5 out of 10. At least when it comes to the cold brew. As a pre-work coffee, again, what did I rate it? As a pre-work coffee, I think I rated it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. As a pre-work, no, actually I rated it a 5 out of 10. As a pre-work coffee, again, I'm gonna just leave it at a 5 out of 10. It doesn't really taste much like anything, or even a pre-whirl. You know what? Maybe I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say that because it's an old chocolate candy bar, maybe a lot of the flavor has been lost. I'm not sure. Maybe a lot of the flavor has been lost because it's now stale. So if we're coming at it from that perspective, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 to be nice, for both the hot brew and the cold brew. But as the actual flavor itself, I'm still gonna I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10 for the chocolate flavor. Let's try the hot brew, see if it's improved, but in my honest opinion, I doubt it. Cheers. In the hot brew, it does taste a little bit better. There's still a little bit of that bitterness to it, but it's a lot sweeter. Maybe aftertaste of chocolate notes is a little stronger in the hot brew, whereas in the cold brew, it's a lot more milder, which is a little bit odd because it's usually the other way around. So I think for the chocolate candy bar, I'm definitely enjoying the hot brew more over the cold brew. I feel like the hot brew has a little bit more of that chocolate flavor, whereas in the cold brew it kind of loses it a lot, in my personal opinion. But with sugar, I think as a hot brew, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 to be nice. And as a pre-work coffee drink, I'll still give it that 7 out of 10. I think as a pre-work coffee drink, as from that perspective, I'll leave it at a 7 out of 10 to be nice, because I feel like maybe as an old chocolate candy bar, the flavor really isn't there anymore. So coming at it from that perspective, I'll lock the rating at a 7 out of 10 for it in that sense. But as the actual chocolate, you know, as an actual, I'm sorry, I'm just getting messages. As an actual chocolate flavor, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10 with sugar. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I'm getting some messages. I apologize, but since I have it in my, like, the ratings in my notes, I get a little bit distracted. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the final portion of the review. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of creamer. Maybe that helps it out a little bit. Maybe adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of smoothness, brings out maybe the chocolate flavor a little bit. So let's go ahead, try it out, and see if the flavor improves at all. I actually gotta move some of the water that I have nice and cold, ready for the Nuka Cola Orange, so I can get my oat milk out. And let's go ahead and add some creamer to it. And see if the flavor improves or if it stays the same. So, let's go ahead and give it one final mix. Make sure it's really nicely well mixed. And let's go ahead and try the cold brew. Does the creamer help or will it stay the same? Cheers. Let me add a little bit more cold brew because, oh my god, I dropped some. Because I'm already like halfway down the cup, and the amount of creamer that I added tastes a little bit of like oat milk, and whenever that happens I usually add a little bit more of cold brew just to like even it out. So with that being said, cheers. Let's try it one more time. See, it's actually kind of nice. Well, I'm still gonna say it doesn't really taste like chocolate, but the creamer definitely helps. It gives it a little bit of that smoothness, creaminess texture. It feels maybe more like a milk chocolate candy bar where you bite into it and it's like smooth, it's creamy. There's a little bit of that chocolate note in there, but it's not really that strong. So I think with creamer, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. And as a pre-work coffee, like I said, I'm still gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because maybe it's lost its flavor. But the cold brew is definitely a lot better with creamer and sugar. So if you guys were to get this coffee, I would recommend the cold brew with cream and sugar. It's a lot better this way. And apologize about the train going by. There's actually a really big storm right now here in the East Coast. It's a northeaster. I think that's how it's called. And it's been raining like crazy. All the streets are flooded. I could barely see when I was driving home from work yesterday. It was crazy. It's a really big storm. So I feel like right now the train has to honk even a little bit stronger or more than they usually do, because I think one of the train gates that stops the cars from coming down is not working, and it's just a huge mess right now because of the storm. But with that being said, guys, just bear with me with the siren, or at least with the horns today, and maybe even the sirens a little bit later on. I'm not too sure. But definitely the way to go for at least the chocolate candy bar flavored, is for the cold brew is to drink it with cream and sugar. Oh yeah, that's a lot better, but still not very strong in the flavor. So last but not least, let's go ahead and give the hot brew a try and see if it tastes better with cream and sugar or if it stays the same. Cheers. Okay, so again, it's a lot better with cream and sugar. I think this flavor I'm definitely gonna have to recommend with cream and sugar 100%. I feel like my favorite as a black and with sugar type of coffee, or my favorite coffee with sugar, has to be the hot brew. Because there's a little bit of that bitterness. Maybe you can contribute that to that kind of like fallout aspect. The cold brew is going to be my favorite with cream and sugar, but I recommend you trying them both with cream and sugar. It does taste a whole lot better. Flavor wise, I'm a little disappointed. It doesn't really taste like much. So I think my overall rating for it, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. As a pre-work drink, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 like I said. But flavor wise, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It just really does not taste that strong, and that I don't know, so let's go ahead. I'm getting a little too distracted. I apologize. I sincerely apologize. My mind is all over the place right now, but that's my final rating for it. 6 out of 10 generally as a chocolate candy flavor, and 7 out of 10 as a pre-work drink. But to end off the coffee review and move on to the Nuka Cola, I want to rate them. I want to rate the 3 flavors. So, design wise, the coffee that takes the crown for design has to be Atomic Apple. I absolutely love how Atomic Apple looks. It embodies everything that Fallout is. The vault, the main character Lucy in this situation of the series. It says Vault-Tec 33 at the top, or Vault 33. The Wasteland is in the background. You know, everything that Fallout is kind of in this design. Even the sides, it says Fallout and Vault-Tec 33 on it, and it's just really nice. In the back, the gear, the description, everything, it's a really nice design, and I like it. This definitely takes the crown #1 in design. In second place for design, I'm gonna have to give it to Wasteland Crunch. It just looks really cool. The ghoul is on there. The Wasteland is in the background, and there's the Vault-Tec little barrel at the bottom, which I'm not really sure what it is, but it's just really cool. I really like this design. Again, the sides, actually, I don't think I pointed this out at the beginning of the video, but there's some actual monsters on the side. I actually don't remember what, I don't even know if you could see it on camera. Let me adjust the light a little bit. Maybe you could see it like this. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little too dark on camera, but there is, I forgot which monster that is in all honesty, but there's monsters on the side and it looks really cool. It's a nice little feature on it, and this is my second place in design wise. And last but not least, we're gonna have to give it to Valliant Vanilla design wise. I mean, there's the Wasteland in the background, there's kind of like the campgrounds, and then there's the Brotherhood of Steel flag at the top, and obviously the armor on the side. I mean, it is nice, but I like the others where they kind of like depict the Wasteland a lot better and kind of have like different aspects of it, because like in the ghoul, there's the ghoul, and then there's monsters on the side, whereas in this coffee, everything is very Brotherhood of Steel. It's like very prominent on the cover. There's another like power armor Brotherhood of Steel on the side. Everything is very Brotherhood of Steel, whereas in like the Wasteland Crunch, there's the Wasteland, and there's monsters on the side, there's the ghoul, there's Vault-Tec in it, the Atomic Apple, there's the vault, there's Vault-Tec 33 on the side, just like it's like inside the vault, very Vault-Tec. This shows the Wasteland, shows the vault, shows the main character. It's really nice, and this one just has a little bit too much of Brotherhood of Steel in my personal opinion, but that takes the crown. Atomic Apple takes the crown. Second place, Wasteland Crunch. Third place, Valliant Vanilla in design wise. For aroma, Valiant's Vanilla takes the crown. This it smells incredible. Like, to me, like I said, personally, it smells like a Rice Krispie treat, but I can definitely smell like that vanilla in there as well. It smells incredible. The beans smell amazing. It being brewed, the aroma in the room smells incredible. Definitely takes the crown. First place, Valliant Vanilla. Incredible smell-wise and even flavor. But I'll get into that in just a second. In second place, for the aroma, I'm going to have to give it to Atomic Apple. Atomic Apple actually smells really good. It does smell like apples, and it almost smells like a little bit syrupy to me, which is kind of nice. I really do like that. So Atomic Apple definitely takes the second place for me. For aroma wise, it just smells really nice, and I absolutely love it. And being brewed, it actually smells really nice in here as well. But being brewed in here, like I said, it actually does smell really nice here as well. So second place goes to Atomic Apple. And last but not least, the flavor we just reviewed, Wasteland Crunch. It smells like an old chocolate candy bar, but that's about it. It doesn't really smell at all in here as it's being brewed. Only the beans smell like that, and the beans being grinded up, it doesn't really smell like anything either. It's just like more the beans kind of have that aroma. So third place goes to Wasteland Crunch. And the crown for the best flavor out of the bunch, out of the 3 of the Fallout collaboration from the Bones Coffee Company, to me, has to go to Valliant Vanilla. When this came in third place for design wise, it came in first place for aroma and taste. This is the best coffee flavor out of the 3 in my opinion. This tastes incredible, so much so that I've already left a review on the Bones Coffee website. This, as a cold brew, is my favorite cold brew flavor, topping the crown from mint chocolate chip ice cream. I definitely will order a second pack or maybe even third pack if this is just a limited time flavor, so I can continue to make cold brews from this because it's such an incredible flavor. Aroma and taste really nice. It tastes really nice as a hot brew, as a cold brew, but best as a cold brew in my opinion. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful flavor, exceptional flavor overall. So this takes the crown. First place goes to Valliant Vanilla Wafer flavored coffee. This is the crown, the king of the flavors. Now the queen of the flavors, and I think, you know, has to go to Atomic Apple. This tastes really nice. It tastes good as a cold and a hot brew. I liked it better, I think, as a cold brew, but it still tastes nice. It tastes like apple, and it smells nice. But I feel like the flavor isn't as strong as I would like it to be, at least in the cold brew and in the hot brew as well. So that's why I'm going to give this second place. This is the queen of the flavors, Atomic Apple, apple pie flavored coffee. But the smell, it smells really nice. I will give you that. It does smell really, really nice. So the queen of the coffee flavors, Atomic Apple, with the main character on there, I believe, Lucy. And last but not least, the... What comes next? The prince? The prince or princess? Actually, the ghoul's on there. So the prince of the flavors, Wasteland Crunch. Doesn't, unfortunately, really taste like much to me in my personal opinion. It smells nice, but it doesn't really taste like much. I mean, it smells nice, but it also doesn't smell that strong. It doesn't really taste like much. And I mean, you could contribute some of it maybe to like it being a old chocolate candy bar like it says, but it doesn't really smell like much. So will I get Wasteland Crunch again? Probably not. Will I get Atomic Apple again? I could consider it, but I'm not too sure. Maybe as a cold brew just to have as a treat, or maybe I just I apologize about that. I reached the max recording time. But will I get Atomic Apple again? Like I said, maybe as a treat, just to have a second bag, but I'm not too sure. Maybe I might just enjoy this bag thoroughly, and I'm not sure if I would order this again. Definitely wouldn't order again, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Might consider ordering again, but I'm not too sure. And last but not least, Valliant Vanilla, I'm definitely ordering again. I have to get me, this is a coffee that I have to stack up on if it's only a limited time deal. This is such an amazing and beautiful cold brew. I absolutely love it. So with that being said, guys, that is my review for the Bones Coffee Fallout collaboration. This is not a sponsor, not an affiliate video, but if you guys are going to watch the series on Amazon Prime Video, let me know what you guys think of the series. I'm excited to check it out, and we'll see. I'll comment back down here whenever I do check out the series, see how it is. And let me know in the comments below, what flavor do you guys like the most? Apple pie, Atomic Apple, Valliant Vanilla, Vanilla Wafer, or Wasteland Crunch, the chocolate candy bar flavored coffee. How do you guys prefer them? Black, cream, and sugar, or just cream, or just sugar? And yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. But with that being said, guys, that is the final part of this coffee portion, and now I think it's only fair that we move on to probably the thing that I'm most excited for, the Nuka Cola Orange. Actually, no, I was definitely excited for this coffee, but I'm really excited to share this Nuka Cola Orange thing with you guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the Nuka Cola. Alright guys, welcome to the final part of the video. We are going to be reviewing and talking about Nuka Cola Orange. I just want to point out once again that this is the unofficial version of Nuka Cola Orange. This is my take, and I believe this is an actual healthy and beneficial way of drinking Nuka Cola Orange. That's not like the official recipe where you mix a bunch of, you know, fruit syrups together to concoct like maybe like an actual soda, like Lord recipe type of drink. And this is also not Fanta Orange with vitamin C. It's not orange juice with vitamin C. It's nothing like that. This actually does provide you with some actual health benefits that I have noted down that I will be talking about in just a little bit. But I think it's fair right now to just go ahead and actually give this a try. We're going to be pouring it into our cup right here, and I'm going to be giving this a sip, and then we're going to go ahead and start talking about it. So with that being said, guys, first of all, I just want to show you guys the bottle. So this is my Nuka Cola Orange bottle. I actually really like it because I got this from Etsy, or ETSY, or Etsy. I'm not really sure how you say it or pronounce it. But this isn't like the official Nuka Cola Orange bottle that you can get from the Fallout website. This is actually made out of glass. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And it's, like I said, it's not like the Nuka Cola bottle from the official website where I believe it's made out of plastic. It, like the bottle itself almost looks yellow already, whereas this is actual glass. It's clear. The reason why it's orange is because that's the color of the drink. And the cap itself is actually made out of metal, or it's an actual soda cap. So let me see if I can get it on camera for you guys. It's an actual soda cap. It's not a plastic cap or whatever material it is that they use. This is an actual soda cap with the Nuka Cola Orange, or not the Nuka Cola, the Nuka Cola logo on top. It looks really, really nice, and I absolutely love it. So I'm 2 caps richer. I think I had 3 caps, but I'm not too sure where the 3rd cap actually went. So with that being said, guys, Nuka Cola Orange Unofficial is being made with my, I'm not sponsored, but I am an affiliate of Rogue Energy. Now this drink is a mixture of hydration and energy, so that's why I believe this is an actual beneficial Nuka Cola Orange, similar to the Nuka Cola Orange in game, where it actually gives you the stats per se that it gives you in game, which I will be talking about in a second. But in this video we used Rogue Hydration Radiant Rush. This is an orange, and I forgot what berry that is right there, but this is an orange berry mixed hydration flavor. We're going to be using Blood Orange Energy. This is obviously caffeine. And to add that little bit of the radiation kick to it, or that healthy boost, and kind of like that, you know, Nuka Cola Orange has been through a nuclear war. Maybe at this point it's maybe a little bit radiated, or it might have a little zing to it. We're going to be adding sour candy energy to it as well. But more on that a little bit later. Also, if you guys want to try this Nuka Cola Orange drink for yourselves, after I've talked about it and everything, since I am an affiliate, I do have a discount code for you guys to use. It's code Andre. That's ANDREE. Yup, it has 2 E's at the end. And you guys can also click the link in the description below, or in the comment section below, to have the code automatically applied at checkout. But I do believe it automatically applies if you click the link. If not, just make sure you input it into the discount code. Not only do you help the channel out, and I would truly and honestly really appreciate it, but you guys get yourselves a discount code so you guys can try this Nuka Cola Orange inspired drink, and actually beneficial drink in my opinion. So with that being said, let's go ahead, pop the cap open, grab a little bit, and give it a try. So I think it's only right if we go ahead and pop the cap backwards. Hopefully it doesn't go flying. I went flying a little bit. But as you guys can tell, it's an actual cap. With that being said, let's go ahead and pour ourselves a little bit of this Nuka Cola Orange into this cup and give it a try. Alright. So, there's a little bit of carbonation in there to make it a little bit more soda-like, because if you were just to mix it together, obviously it's an energy hydration mix, but I wanted to make it as similar to Nuka Cola Orange, and Nuka Cola Orange is obviously a soda or pop drink. So what I did is I mixed it with a little bit of carbonated water from my soda stream, and for the most part it actually worked pretty great. The only thing is, because of the bottle and how the cap is, that, you know, it's actually not sealed down, it's just on top. Some of the carbonation has gone out, unfortunately, but it still is made with carbonated water, so I do believe it's still going to be a little fizzy once we drink it. So with that being said, cheers. I hope you guys like it if you're trying it, and if you don't, let me know in the comments below, but let me know if you guys like it. Cheers. Oh my god, I love it. I personally, guys, I absolutely love it. And it is a bit fizzy. Once you drink it, it's a bit fizzy. Oh my god, that's so good. I love it. Truly guys, I truly love it. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys. So, you know what? I'll give it a sip out of the bottle as well. Cheers. That's really good. Oh yeah, so you guys can see it's actually clear. It's not, you know, a yellow plastic glass. It's actual glass. It's clear and it's orange because that's the drink. So, getting into what my Nuka Cola Orange is and why I believe it's actual beneficial. Like I said, it's a hydration energy mix. And I'm going based off the stats from Fallout 76. Maybe the stats in other Fallout games might be different. But in Fallout 76, Nuka Cola Orange gives you 150 HP, which I believe is health points. 50 action points, which, you know, you can keep on running. Cut that type of like energy. You get 25 radiant or radiation resistance or rad resistance. And it's made of 15% water. So, how does that, you know, how do those stats actually come in when it comes into Nuka Cola Orange in real life using Rogue Energy? So, first things first is we have to talk about is what each tub has. So, the energy portion. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead. I'm going to tell you guys how to make it. And then I'm going to tell you, like, what each thing is. So, in order to make my Nuka Cola Orange is you have 3 options on how to do it. You add 1 scoop of blood orange, and you add 1 scoop of Radiant Rush. Now, if you guys don't want too much caffeine, you could do either or. You could add 1 scoop of Radiant Rush and 1 scoop of Rogue Energy, or you could add 1 scoop of Radiant Rush and 1 scoop of Sour Candy. You'll still get the flavor, but you'll have less caffeine because you're not mixing 2 different caffeine powders together. Or you could do it like how I do it, and you add 1 scoop of blood orange, half a scoop of sour candy, and 1 scoop of Radiant Rush. Now, if you want the full zing, the full radiation zing, but in this case, you know, sour candy sourness to it, you could add a full scoop of sour candy. But it really depends on how strong you guys want the caffeine drink to be. So, first thing to keep in mind, the max daily intake of caffeine according to the FDA is 400 milligrams. If you add 1 scoop of blood energy, 1 scoop of sour candy, and 1 scoop of Radiant Rush, the total amount of caffeine that will be coming around, give or take a few, is around 350 milligrams. So it's very close to the daily intake of caffeine that you need to have. So just keep that in mind. If you do half a scoop of sour candy, how I like it, how I prefer, at least according to my mouth, I may be wrong. If I am, correct me in the comments below, just let me know. But if you do half a scoop of sour candy, I believe you'll be getting around 262.5 milligrams of caffeine, because each tub of energy consists of 175, where is it, caffeine? 175 milligrams of caffeine. So 1 scoop of sour candy is 175 milligrams of caffeine. So if you do 1 scoop, 175, and then half another scoop of, so like half of 175, and then, you know, that's what I basically did. I ended up getting 262. I may be wrong. My math is not the best. Let me know in the comments below. But you'll be getting half the caffeine than a full entire scoop. So that's how I make it. That's my personal preference, is half a scoop of sour candy. But if you want the full scoop, the full caffeine, then you can add an entire scoop of, you know, sour candy. And if you guys don't want to add, like I said, you could do it either with Radiant Rush and just sour candy, or Radiant Rush and blood orange. Then you'll just be getting 175 milligrams of caffeine, because you'll only be adding 1 scoop of one of the powders, which is the quantity or the amount of caffeine that it has in one of the tubs. So just keep that in mind. If you want the full 350 milligrams, 1 scoop of sour candy, 1 scoop of blood orange, and 1 scoop of Radiant Rush. If you want 262, or, you know, give or take a couple or around that amount, then it's going to be half a scoop of sour candy, 1 scoop of blood orange, and Radiant Rush. Radiant Rush does not have caffeine, so that's why I'm saying 1 scoop, because the Radiant Rush brings something else to the mix, but the caffeine only comes from the energy, blood orange, and the sour candy. So keep that in mind. And if you only want 175 milligrams of caffeine, then just add 1 scoop of one of the energy flavors. But basically, so the health points, or the HP, the 150 HP that comes from the stats from Fallout 76, how does that come into play when it comes to rogue energy, at least for me? So the HP, or the health points in this situation for me, comes from the vitamins. So each tub of rogue energy has vitamins C, B3, B6, B12, and D3. It also has zinc and potassium. So all those vitamins coming into play, you know, obviously they keep you healthy. They give you those health points, those health boosts, and you know, it's just, that's what you do when in real life. You know, you drink vitamins to keep you healthy, and it gives you health. It you know, improves your health. So that adds health points. Technically in real life, that it would add from, you know, the in-game stats. Also, vitamins in real life could be, you can contribute that to the radiation resistance or the rad resistance that Nuka-Cola Orange gives you in game. Because what does that do in game? It keeps you safe from radiation, from getting sick, or from eventually dying of radiation, or whatever it is that you guys want to keep away from radiation. So in real life, what do vitamins do? They keep you healthy, they keep you strong and away from bacteria, viruses, infections, or everything like that. So vitamins is basically the real life radiation resistance, the real life sickness resistance. So you can contribute the radiation, the 25 radiation resistance, and the health points to the vitamins inside the tub. Going into the action points, you know, that's obviously the energy bar for you to keep on running and everything. So the action points obviously comes from the caffeine. The caffeine gives you the energy, the boost to keep you going throughout your day, and keep you focused and everything. So again, if you add the full entire scoops, I already kind of explained it, the 350 milligrams, the 262 milligrams, and the 175 milligrams, depending on how many scoops you add, that gives you the energy to keep on going throughout your day and keep you awake. And it's just, you know, it gives you the action points in real life that you get from in-game. Now, combining both the health points and the action points together, in the energy tubs, there's also a focus complex supplements in there that provides you with added health points and, you know, action points, because there's certain amino acids and stuff that they have that help your brain keep focused, keep alert. So not only does that improve, you know, your brain function, so action points keep you focused, you know, keep you alert and all that, but it also helps improve your brain, so giving you the added health points in there as well. And I'll put all that stuff like on the screen if you guys kind of like want to see where I'm coming from. And yeah, so that's what, you know, obviously the energy provides you, gives you health points, it gives you action points, it gives you radiation resistance with the vitamins, and, you know, added bonus to the action and health points with the focus complex to keep your brain healthy and moving and focused and alert. But where does the hydration come in to this part? Obviously, the Nuka-Cola Orange quenches your thirst as well, because it has 15% of water. So that's where the hydration portion of this mix comes in. So the hydration, obviously, it's the perfect blend of electrolytes and vitamins to quench your thirst and keep you healthy. And it also has radiation resistance, in my opinion. So how does it do that? The vitamins that I pointed out earlier also comes from this tub. So there's also vitamins in this tub, and basically, like I said, there's vitamin D3, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, there's magnesium, there's zinc, there's potassium, and all those, you know, obviously they keep you healthy, they keep you going, they give you electrolytes to keep you moving, to quench your thirst. That's where the 15% of water quenching comes from, the electrolytes, the vitamins, radiation resistance, health points, action points, because also vitamins do give you energy. And then, you know, like I said, it's just the hydration is basically a mixture of everything with the added quenching thirst of the electrolytes. So this on its own kind of has everything that the health points and action points actually give you. But if you guys actually want a little bit of the caffeine to keep you going throughout your day, then you add the mix of caffeine from the energy drinks or just one energy tub. So that's kind of like my take on Nuka Cola Orange and how this is an actual beneficial Nuka Cola Orange. Because unlike adding Fanta Orange with vitamin C, which I guess could be nice, I don't know, or adding orange juice to vitamin C, or making the actual official recipe, which is, you know, fruit syrups mixed together with carbonated water to create a soda-like drink similar to like the in-game recipe, where it really doesn't have anything much but, you know, a bunch of sugar, syrups, and stuff like that. This actually is packed with energy, with vitamins, with electrolytes, giving you the health points, giving you the action points in real life, giving you the radiation resistance, that sickness resistance with the vitamins, and keeping you hydrated with the electrolytes. It's just, in my personal opinion, I believe it's a really nice mix of flavors, and it tastes like orange. That's the most important part. Well, the most important part is, you know, all of it together. But it does taste like orange. This, honestly, to me, kind of tastes like Fanta Orange. If I'm going to be 100% honest, the mixture of it, it's so good. It tastes like Fanta Orange. And basically, like I said, if you don't want to add that much caffeine, you could just make it with Radiant Rush and Blood Orange. But the reason why I mixed it with sour candy is because sour candy gives it that, you know, that zing, that sourness to it. And thinking of a pre-war drink that survived a nuclear war, you know, I can imagine there to be some type of radiation, even though in game there's no radiation in the Nuka Cola Orange exactly. It actually gives you radiation resistance, but you could just imagine it being sitting so long out there in the wasteland that it's going to be maybe a little bit sour. Especially being that it's an orange drink, you know, that citrus. It's going to be a little bit sour. There might be a little bit of that zing to it. So the sour candy just gives it that kind of zing to it. Whereas if you just add Blood Orange and Radiant Rush, it would just taste like, you know, orange. And if you add the carbonation, like orange soda. But with the sour candy, it adds that little special, you know, zing to it, like I keep on mentioning. So with that being said, guys, that is my take on Nuka Cola Orange. If you guys want to go ahead and give it a try, like I said, you can use my code Andre, that's ANDREE, with 2 E's at the end, to get 10% off your flavors. And like I said, I used Sour Candy, Blood Orange, and Radiant Rush. And I do want to point out that it's not rare within the company to mix flavors. It's actually on their Discord. There's a whole like mixology tab where they mix different flavors to create unique flavors. So I'm not here just, you know, grabbing flavors and putting them all together and mixing into something that, you know, is not the way to drink it. They actually do promote mixing flavors to create different unique drinks. And being that I highly enjoy Fallout, we've tried the Fallout coffee and everything, I wanted to create a Nuka Cola drink, and being that I have orange flavors and that you can't really recreate, I guess, like a cola flavor with these powders, I wanted to make a Nuka Cola orange drink, and that's what I have done here for you guys. And it's good. It's incredible. So that's my take, the unofficial take on Nuka Cola Orange. If you want to play it on the safe side of not adding too much caffeine, like I said, you could do either Blood Orange and Radiant Rush, or Radiant Rush and Sour Candy to add that zing to the orange. But I feel like Radiant Rush and the Blood Orange gives it a nicer orange flavor. And with the Sour Candy, it adds that, you know, sourness zing of the Fallout world that I believe it should have. And that citrus sourness that it's probably going to have after sitting on a shelf for many, many years. But, you know, it's your choice on how you guys want to try it. and I gave you what I believe the stats would be in real life, how it actually works in real life, to how it compares in game. But that being said, guys, that is it for this video. This is by far has been one of my longest videos. I was considering making it 2 parts, but I was just like, you know what? Let me just combine the coffee and the Nuka-Cola orange and make it just one long Fallout inspired video. And hopefully you guys like it. Since it's so long, there's been timestamps available for you guys to check out the entire video. But if you guys have watched that entire video, I highly appreciate you so much. And if you have, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't, then I hope you enjoyed this part of the video as well. And let me know what you guys think on my take of Nuka-Cola Orange. If my math was correct or if it was wrong. If it was wrong, let me know, correct me in the comments below, please, so people know. But I do want to say I have drank it like this. This is how I prefer it. I'd half a scoop instead of 1 full scoop of sour candy, so just keep that in mind. That's my preference. I feel like 1 scoop makes it a little too sour, whereas with half a scoop, it just gives it that perfect amount of sourness to that orange, you know, orange flavored drink. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this super long video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Do you like my Nuka-Cola drink? Do you not like it? Why? Which flavor was your favorite? What Fallout game do you guys like the best and why? And are you going to watch the series? And if you've already watched the series, then let me know if you guys enjoyed the series, or if you didn't, in the comment section below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions. I highly appreciate it. If you have any criticism or anything that you think I could do better in, please let me know as well in the comments below. I would highly appreciate it. I will take it into consideration for future videos. And I will see you guys in the next one, where we're probably going to be trying another Bones Coffee flavor, if I'm going to be honest. We're going to be trying, I forgot what it's called. I think it's the Dark Roast Army, or Army of the Dark Roast, or Army of the Dark Chocolate, something like that. It's a dark chocolate flavored coffee, but it's made from a dark roast instead of a medium roast. So I'm excited to give that a try. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, in the future video. Peace out, stay safe out there, and have a great, fantastic day. And stay safe out there in the wasteland.